We begin our year at Wimbledon for the Sporting Life Juvenile Championship, and what a lineup there was. It included Romford Puppy Cup winner Dempsey Duke, Irish Puppy Derby winner Summerhill Super, now with John Copleston, and the talking dog of the winter, Slaney Side Hare. To get some idea of the quality of the field, Gentle Soda in Trap 6 has already won more than £10,000 in prize money, and she's a 20-to-1 shot.
And they're off, and already there's been some bumping out of the traps there. Vic Snowdrop and Slaney Side Hare in trouble, but as they go around the first two bends, it's Summerhill Super, the early lead, and some 2 lengths clear from Vic Snowdrop in second. Then comes Slaney Side Hare on the inside of that one. After these comes Gentle Soda, heading down towards the second last bend. Summerhill Super, a length and a half to the good, over Slaney Side Hare in second. After these improving comes Dempsey Duke off the final bend, and Summerhill Super being pressed by Slaney Side Hare, and Slaney Side Hare gets there just on the line. Slaney Side Hare wins it from Summerhill Super in second, and close up in third, the running on Dempsey Duke.
Slaney Side Hare, the 7-to-4 favourite, trained by George Lightfoot. The distance was a length and a quarter, and the winner clocked a useful 27.76. A week later, Summerhill Super was back at Wimbledon for the Bern International, another invitation event and another top-class field. His rivals included the previous year's Derby finalist Fires of War and Gunnar Smith's flying bitch Demean Chance, who had beaten both Slippy's Quest and Shanavulin Bingo in the 1990 Derby Consolation.
And the running for the Bern International in 5, Demean Chance gets a lovely break along with 3, Slippy's Quest. Then comes 2, Summerhill Super, who takes a knock there, moves right off and hampers Trap 6, Fires of War. Down the far side, and it's 5, Demean Chance. She's 3 lengths clear from 3, Slippy's Quest in second. Then we have 1, Bolt Home in third. Then comes Summerhill Super, second last bend, and Demean Chance only a couple clear from Slippy's Quest, closing all the time. Then comes Bolt Home on the run towards the line, but Demean Chance is too strong for the rest. She wins this one. Demean Chance wins it from Slippy's Quest and Bolt Home.
Demean Chance holding on well to win at 7-to-2 in a time of 27.82, the distance a length and a quarter. Now, throughout 1990, the brilliant sprinter Ravage Again had been making a relentless march towards Ballyregan Bob's world record of 32 successive victories. At Sunderland on January 16, he was looking for win number 29. It seemed that nothing on the Northern Circuit could live with the Flying Brindle, and as usual, he started long odds on. It's Ravage Again then in Trap 4, now back with Graham Frew after a spell with London trainer Terry Dartnell. And remember, he's won 28 times in a row.
So they're running in this sprint, and 6, Sunshine Slippy fast away from 5, Sunderland Echo, but here comes 4, Ravage Again, and it looks like another foot-perfect performance here from Ravage Again, quickening clear from K-Mick, who's moving into second, but it doesn't matter, does it, the minor honours? Here's Ravage Again, win number 29, that's superb from K-Mick, and behind the clock.
Easy, isn't it? 15.81 the time, 5 1/4 lengths the distance, and the price 6-to-1 on. There was a different field assembled at Powderhall 10 days later, as Ravage Again went for win number 30. There was nothing in the field to frighten favourite backers, and once again Ravage Again was long odds on. The race in question was the Skull Lager World Series Super Sprint, but it turned out to be a series of 1.
And away they go then, racing up towards the first bend, and it's 2, Gentle Vision and 1, Base Rates, and Ravage Again's got it to do as they go around the first bend, and it's 1, Base Rate, who's leading from 3 now, Paradise Oak, and no sign of Ravage Again. It's going to end up in tears here, but Base Rate just wins it.
The winner was a 6-to-1 second favourite, with Paradise Oak a short head away second. Ravage Again finished 5th, and it was to be his final race. At Wimbledon in February, we were looking for the hurdle stars of the future in the Springbok. Unbelievable, trained by Linda Mullins, was a warm order for the final. But Fennis's Gold in Trap 3 had already reached a gold collar final for Ray Peacock, and that touch of class was to prove decisive.
And away they go, and running up towards the first flight and over it. Fennessy's Gold in the lead with Tramp's Ball on the inside. Over the Fennessy's Gold a bit awkward there. Going around the first, all sorts of trouble at the first bend as well. 4, 6 and 5, all virtually out of the race surely. And it's Fennessy's Gold blazing the trail down the far side from Tramp's Ball. Then comes Ballinlock Hill. After these in 6 comes Unbelievable. Then comes 4, Herbie Lambug off the final bend. And it's Fennessy's Gold who's clear from Tramp's Ball in second. They're queuing up behind at the final flight. Fennessy's Gold takes it well. What about that? Herbie Lambug managed to get up to be second there, just ahead of Ballinlock Hill in third.
So Fennis's Gold home and hosed with 5 lengths to spare at the line. The winner clocked a useful 28.41, and his starting price was 5 to 1. After many disappointments on the flat, it was a fitting big race win for Ray Peacock. The first major four-bend competition of the year is the Racing Post Arc at Walthamstow. The competition had been dominated from the start by Marcus McGee, John McGee's expensive Irish import, and bargained by Fires of War, trained by Tony Meek, and bought on the Never Never for £20 a week. There was little to choose between them in the betting, and we were in for an epic race.
And the running up towards the first bend of 4. Marcus McGee gets a good break along with 3. Gilby, then comes 1. Hidden Amber rounding the first 2 bends, and it's Marcus McGee who goes on now. The others clustering up for second place. Hidden Amber moves into second. Fires of War now in third. Heading down towards the second last bend, and it's still Marcus McGee with a good looking lead ahead of Hidden Amber. Fires of War improving all the time. Can he make it in time though? It's Marcus McGee only 2 lengths clear. Here comes Fires of War on the inside. It's Fires of War and Marcus McGee. Fires of War has done it this year. Fires of War gets there from Marcus McGee, and Hidden Amber back in third.
So Fires of War coming from behind to win by half a length. The time was 28.82, and he started the 2 to 1 second favourite. Fires of War was reared the Ardcool way in Ireland. He reached the final last year as a puppy. This time he's a worthy winner. Up at Monmore Green, Mineola Ace, trained by Theo Menzies and the son of Theo's stud dog Fearless Ace, had been making them all go in the Carlsberg Midland Puppy Derby. The punters didn't think much of his Trap 3 draw in the final and sent off Carter's Champ and Dorset Christie as 5 to 2 joint favourites. But Mineola Ace, easy to back at 3s, ran like a good thing.
And away they go then, and off to quite a level break, although it's just 2. Maori Rocket who leads up with 3 Mineola Race as they go around that first bend. Maori Rocket from Mineola Race after the racing. In third comes Carter's Champ, and then a gap back to 5, which is Glengar Ranger. Heading down towards the second last bend. Maori Rocket still holding Mineola Race. After these comes Carter's Champ as they go around the second last bend. Nip and tuck up front between Mineola Race and Maori Rocket. And now Mineola Race just stretching clear. Maori Rocket fading. Mineola Race, powerful performance, wins it from Maori Rocket, and Dorset Christie finishing third.
So Mineola Ace staying on well there to win by 2.5 lengths. His time was 30.03. The Pall Mall has had some great winners in the past, including Fearless Ace, who in fact won it twice. But the 1991 version was a little disappointing. In the decider, John McGee's Burgess Bard, winner of the Cloth of Gold at Rye House, started 15 to 8 favourite, with Hazel Dixon's Clonasc Villa ideally drawn in 6 at 11 to 4. And look out for a bold late show from Trap 3, Mannerland.
And they're running for the Pall Mall and racing up towards the first bend. 6 Clonlos Villa first to show ahead of 1 Saucy Pup on the inside of 2 Burgess Bard. Round that first bend, Saucy Pup's moved off there, hampered Burgess Bard. 3 Mannerlands moved into second, heading down the far side, but it's Clonlos Villa with a big looking lead as they approach the second last bend. Clonlos Villa 4 lengths clear. Mannerland shoots out of the pack. Saucy Pup back in third as they come off the final bend, and Clonlos Villa tying up. Here comes Mannerland, who's putting in a brave effort, but Clonlos Villa just holds off Mannerland in second, and a fair distance back to Burgess Bard in third.
Well, that's clearly as far as Clonasc Villa wants to go, but he held on by half a length, and his time was a useful 27.19. ITV televised the final of the Grand National from Hall Green, and the jumpers put on a real thriller for the cameras. The punters found it hard to choose a favourite, and when you see what happened, you won't be surprised. In the end, Ideal Man, trained by John McGee, and Mick Pugh's Herbie Lambug shared favouritism at 3 to 1.
And the running for the Grand National are racing up towards the first flight and jumping it, and it's 5 and 3 the early leaders. Ballycarnydale in 3. Also up with the pace there is Trap 5, Gizmo Pasha. Been some bumping round there. Ballycarnydale now pressed by Ideal Man on the inside. Here comes Run On King on the outside of that one. 3 in line as they come towards the next, and Run On King goes on from Ideal Man. After these comes Ballycarnydale, then comes Kildare Slippy off the final bend, and there's not much to choose between Run On King, Ideal Man, Kildare Slippy coming. Here comes Ballycarnydale. Oh my word, that's gone to the judge. What a finish. 3-way photo finish there between Ballycarnydale, Ideal Man and Run On King.
Well, sort that lot out. The photograph couldn't split Ideal Man and Ballycarnydale, and the result was a dead heat. Run On King was just a head back in third. Chris Judge, the Daily Mirror racing editor in the centre there, has the trophy, but who does he give it to? Natalie Sava's Phantom Flash had already proved himself a brilliant dog, and at Wembley he was something special. A winner of £10,000 at the Empire Stadium in the Produce Stakes last year, he was 2-1 on to double his money in the Blue Riband. One Cross Double, on the other hand, had been little more than a grader for Derek Knight, but graders at Hove have a habit of being useful open racers elsewhere.
The running for the 1991 Blue Riband and 4, One Cross Double, a shock leader from Liberal Girl. In one after these comes 6, Sabin Deloire. Round of that first bend, a bit of crowding and bumping, and Phantom Flash suffers at that bend as they go down the far side. And it's 4, One Cross Double out in front from Liberal Girl. Look at Phantom Flash flying down that far side, heading down towards the second last bend, and it's One Cross Double only 2 lengths clear from Phantom Flash, trying hard to get on turns, but he's run off wide there, up towards the line, and One Cross Double's too strong from this point in. One Cross Double wins it from Phantom Flash in second, and Liberal Girl a gallant third.
What a shock for punters. One Cross Double the winner at 33-1. He had 3 lengths to spare at the line, and his time was a smart 29.02. Dempsey's Whisper proved himself the best six-bender in training in 1990, but litter brother Rahan Ark is no slouch either, especially at home track Walthamstow. With an ideal trap 6 draw, he started 2-1 favourite for the final of the Ron Bazell Silver Collar, and he soon turned the race into a procession.
And the running and racing up towards the first of 6 bends, and Rahan Ark leads on the outside of 2, Prince Charming. After these comes 3, Easy Bimbo, and 5, Boyne Princess, running around the first 2 bends. And already Rahan Ark has stolen a 2-length advantage over Prince Charming in second. After these, Dancer's Dilemma's improved into third, and Boyne Princess, you may have noticed, went over the hair rail as they go down the far side now. And it's 6, Rahan Ark, well clear from 2, Prince Charming. After these comes Dancer's Dilemma. Wet conditions here at Walthamstow as they approach the second last bend, and it looks as though Rahan Ark's going to last all the way home from Prince Charming in second. After these comes Dancer's Dilemma. It's all Rahan Ark, led from the traps, no catching this one. An impressive display from Rahan Ark, who beats Prince Charming easily. And back in third, just Dancer's Dilemma.
Well, it was Catch Me If You Can, and they couldn't. Rahan Ark, the winner by 4.5 lengths in a time of 40.32. Now, the TV trophy at Monmore was billed as a benefit for the brilliant Cats Rock Dan, and he started at 3-1 on, the hottest favourite since the days of Skurlow Champ. Only Bob's Reagan, who finds the 815 metres as far as he wants to go, was considered any kind of threat by punters. But races don't always go to plan. Jenny's Wish, available at 20-1 in the morning and 12s on the night, saw to that.
And away they go for this year's television trophy. Jenny's Wish in 4 gets a nice break. And Sir Alva following that one round on the outside. After these we have 1, Poor Annie. There comes the odds-on shot. Cats Rock Dan racing in 4th, and then comes after these Bob's Regan, and then finally Colleague as they go around the 3rd and 4th bends now. Over a circuit to go, and Sir Alva's bowling along in front, the 50-1 outsider. 2 lengths clear from Jenny's Wish in second. After these, Cats Rock Dan's improved in third, and then comes Bob's Regan as they go down the far side. And it's still Sir Alva, but Jenny's Wish edging closer all the time. A gap back to Cats Rock Dan and Bob's Regan down towards the second last bend, and Jenny's Wish moves up on the inside of Sir Alva and goes 2 lengths clear from that one. So it's Jenny's Wish pulling away now from Sir Alva. Cats Rock Dan back in third, then comes a Colleague running on in 4th, racing up towards the line, and Jenny's Wish has gone clear now. They're bunching up for the minor honours, but it's Jenny's Wish who wins it. Jenny's Wish the winner from Cats Rock Dan, and Colleague back in third.
Jenny's Wish, a first Group 1 winner for Eric Jordan. Distance was 2 3/4 lengths, the time 52.44. Next, it's the Phoenix Brewery Olympic at Hove, and Torbil Ash and Shanavulin Bingo looked to have the race between them. The punters went for John McGee's dog, Torbil Ash, and he started 5-4 favourite. But Bingo, trained by Ernie Gaskin, turned out to have something in hand. Hove trainers usually make a bold bid to keep this one at home. They were represented by Gunnar Smith's Young Jamie in trap 1.
And the running and racing up towards the first bend of 1, Young James is fast away along with 5, Shanavulin Bingo. After these we have 3, Mottoville. So go around the first couple of ends, and it's 1, Young James moving off to a middle course, but being pressed all the time by Shanavulin Bingo in second. Then comes Mottoville. Torbil Ash is running on in 4th as they head down towards the second last bend. And now Shanavulin Bingo takes control, goes a length clear from 1, Young James. After these comes Mottoville being pressed by Torbil Ash as they come off the final bend. And it's still Shanavulin Bingo. Here comes Torbil Ash finishing like an aeroplane, but Shanavulin Bingo holds on from Torbil Ash in second. After those was Young Jane back in third.
So it's Bingo for Ernie. holding the late run of Torbalash by half a length in 30-40. Linda Mullins' outstanding sprinter Where's the Lumo was the one they all had to beat in the final of the Essex Vars at Romford. He went off even money favourite after a brilliant victory in the heats and with a perfect trap 1 draw. But Phil Rees's bitch Vic Snowdrop, also well drawn in 6, can go a bit too.
And away they go in 6. Vic Snowdrop gets an absolute flyer from the boxes. Leads up 5. Clinton James to go around that first bend. There's been all sorts of bother there. Where's the Limo was involved, and so was Druids Pajo as they go down the far side. And it's Vic Snowdrop who's well clear. Moving into second now comes Slippy Ruler as they go around the second last bend. But surely no catching Vic Snowdrop. She is an awful long way clear from Slippy Ruler in second. And the bunching up for third. Clinton James just gets third.
Vic Snowdrop, owned by journalist Alan Lennox, has a big payday at 5-1. Her time was 24:34 and the distance 3 1/4 lengths. The Regal Scottish Derby at Shawfield gave Phantom Flash the chance to atone for his lapse at Wembley. He dominated the competition from the start, and with trap 6 in the final was virtually unbackable. 4-1 on was the starting price, and once Flash got into his stride, it even began to look generous.
And away they go for the Regal Scottish Derby, £15,000 to the winner, and Sheer Elegance is away well along with Woodhill Echo. They've just gone out of sight for a moment. And they're back in view, and Phantom Flash is now leading. Phantom Flash leads for Sheer Elegance in second. There's a gap back to the others as they head down the far side, and Phantom Flash is pulling further away now from Sheer Elegance in second. There's a big roar here at Shawfield. They enjoy this one. Phantom Flash, the odds-on favourite, but they appreciate a good dog when they see one. And here comes Phantom Flash pulling further and further away. He's won it from Ballycarney Dave in second, and back in third was Woodhill Echo.
So homebred Phantom Flash wins yet another big race for the Savers. The distance 6 1/4, the time 29:77. 1991 will be remembered as the year of Linda Mullins. Her runners plundered the open race circuit from Portsmouth to Powderhall, and in the final of the Master Brewer at Ramsgate she was represented by TJ's Son. They went 3-1 the field in this one, with TJ's Son in trap 3, 7-2 at the off.
And they're off, and 1 Hair Flick gets a good break along with 6 Logan. As they run up towards the first bend, Logan goes round in front from TJ Sun in the middle of Hair Flick. In fact, TJ Sun nearly sandwiched there, but battles on and goes on now. Length to the good over Hair Flick racing in second. After these comes Pam's Ace, edging her way into third as they go around the second last bend. And it's TJ Sun being pressed all the time by Hair Flick. Then comes Pam's Ace off the final bend, and TJ Sun just lasting home here from Hair Flick. TJ Sun the winner, Hair Flick was second, Pam's Ace back in third.
TJ's Son refusing to be the meat in the sandwich at the first bend there, and getting home by a length and a half in a time of 27:46. Start counting the money, Linda. Now Hove was the favourite stamping ground of a certain Ballyregan Bob, and his son Bob's Reagan found the circuit very much to his liking too. He lined up in trap 1 for the final of the Finders Electronics Regency. The punters made him 6-4 favourite, ahead of TV Trophy heroine Jenny's Wish, who was drawn in trap 6.
Six bends to negotiate in the Regency final, and 4 Rush for Silver's fast away from 1 Bob's Regan hugging the rails. After these comes 6, that's Jenny's Wish. Gap back to 5, that's Greenfield Chap, and bringing up the rear is Wizard Was and also Friar Spring as they pass the stands for the first time. And Rush for Silver a length or so clear from Bob's Regan moving up on the outside, then a gap back to Jenny's Wish and also Greenfield Chap as they head down the far side. And now Bob's Regan goes on half a length clear, but Rush for Silver's coming again. Closing fast is Greenfield Chap. After these comes Jenny's Wish as they go down towards the second last bend, and it's still Rush for Silver. Bob's Regan still there on the outside. Then after these comes Greenfield Chap and Jenny's Wish getting into the Ackers. They come off the final bend, and now Bob's Regan now shows superior staying power. Goes on, Jenny's Wish flying at the death, but all too late. Bob's Regan wins it. Jenny's Wish second. Rush for Silver held on for third.
How about that then, Dad? Bob's Regan holding the late run of Jenny's Wish by a length in a time of 45:05, and another big payday for Brian Timke. The Courage Produce Stakes at Bristol is the first big race of the year for British breeders. Peasdown Dime, a son of Money Matters, was the 6-4 favourite in trap 1 for trainer Tony Mann. But it was another man runner, Batsford Boy, in trap 4, out with the washing at 16-1, who provided a first major open race success for his Derby-winning sire, hit the lid.
Away they go at Bristol. Regency Ben in 2, slightly stumbled, and it's now Teddington Ted who gets a flyer. Goes on as they go around that first bend. Teddington Ted, the leader, from 6, Brockton Skimmer. After these comes 2, Regency Ben. 4, Batsford Boy back in 4th as they head down towards the second last bend. And Teddington Ted still holding the advantage over Brockton Skimmer. Then comes Batsford Boy, who's improved into 3rd as they go around the final bend. And it's Teddington Ted now. Batsford Boy looks the danger as they come up towards the line. Teddington Ted, Batsford Boy, Teddington Ted, Batsford Boy. That's mighty close. That's one for the judge.
And the photograph showed Batsford Boy the winner by a short head for Tony Mann. So he got his hands on the trophy, but perhaps not in the way he imagined. Rahan Ark was back at Walthamstow chasing his biggest payday yet in the final of the Carling Black Label Test. Once again, he was ideally drawn in trap 6, and by the time they went to traps, punters had backed him down to 7-4 on. Ark, trained at the Stowe by Dickie Hawkes, just loves this 640-metre trip.
Away they go, and 6, Rahan Ark gets a good break on the outside of 5. Boyne Princess, then comes 1, Poor Annie as they go around the first of 6 bends, and it's still Rahan Ark with a slight advantage over 5, Boyne Princess. And Rahan Ark goes on now, length and a half to the good from Boyne Princess. Moving up into 3rd now comes 4, Funny Old Game as they go around the 3rd and 4th bends and down the far side, and Rahan Ark gradually forging his way clear now from 5. Boyne Princess has been tackled by Funny Old Game, and surely Rahan Ark won't be caught from here on in as they go around the second last bend. It's all Rahan Ark, basically led from the traps, who's going to win this one. Another big prize here at Walthamstow for Rahan Ark. Back in 2nd comes Funny Old Game, with Boyne Princess crossing the line a clear 3rd.
And that'll do nicely. 5 lengths the distance this time, and the time a sparkling 39.34. On to the big one, the Mirror Life Greyhound Derby. In the first semi-final, the withdrawal of Mannerland from Trap 1 provided a great opportunity for Fearless Mustang, who was bidding to give trainer Jeff de Mulder his 3rd Derby victory. Mustang started at 6-4 on, with Summerhill Super next best at 4-1.
And away they go, and they're racing up towards the first bend, and away fast is 6, Vic Snowdrop ahead of 3, Summerhill Super, and 2, Fearless Mustang. Oh, and Vic Snowdrop takes a knock at that first bend. She's now relegated to last. Down the far side, it's now Fearless Mustang, about a length clear from Summerhill Super in 2nd. Chasing these in 3rd is It's All Over Now as they go around the second last bend. Fearless Mustang still a length to the good over Summerhill Super. After these comes It's All Over Now, racing up towards the line, and Fearless Mustang really stretching clear now. Fearless Mustang wins it from Summerhill Super in 2nd, and It's All Over Now a close-up 3rd.
Mustang making the most of the space on his inside there. The time a slightly disappointing 28.88, the distance 2 3/4 lengths. As usual, the Derby had provided plenty of surprises, and they weren't over yet. Matt O'Donnell's brilliant Irish Derby winner, The Other Toss, had already shown she had 2 ways of running Wimbledon. With a perfect draw in trap 6, she was made 6-4 favourite in the second semi-final, but that elusive English-Irish Derby double was to prove beyond her.
And away they go then for the second semi-final, and out fast is Slippy Quest in 2. Also up with the pace is Marcus McGee in 5 as they go around that first bend. 6 was pushed out wide there. That was The Other Toss as they go down the far side, and it's now 3, Ballandary Ash, who shoots clear. Ballandary Ash leading from The Other Toss, racing in 2nd. After these, racing in 3rd comes Dunmurray Brandy, who's getting into the picture as they come off the final bend, and it's now Ballandary Ash who's being pressed by Dunmurray Brandy. The Other Toss is beaten from here, and it's Dunmurray Brandy, Ballandary Ash. Dunmurray Brandy wins it from Ballandary Ash in 2nd, and Dempsey Duke staying on strongly for 3rd.
So The Other Toss goes out. Brandy was a 20-1 shocker for owner-trainer Frank Sibley. The distance was a neck, and the time 29 dead. There was no Royal runner in the final this year, but up in Meriden they reckon Jeff de Mulder's the nearest thing we've got to a king. The punters thought so too, and Fearless Mustang was made evens favourite to win the £40,000 first prize despite his trap 3 draw. But there was plenty of pace on his outside in the form of Summerhill Super and Ballinderry Ash, and Mustang needed to be foot perfect at the start.
So away they go for this year's Derby final. There's already been some crowding out the boxes, and Fearless Mustang suffered the worst, and it's 5 who goes round in front. Ballinderry Ash, oh, there's more trouble at the first bend. Ballinderry Ash clears it though and is well clear from It's All Over now in second. After these comes racing in third Summerhill Super down towards the second last bend, and they've all got to catch Ballinderry Ash, still some 3 lengths clear from It's All Over now, trying hard to close the gap. After this comes Dempsey Duke staying on strongly, but up towards the line it's going to be Ballinderry Ash. Ballinderry Ash wins this year's Derby ahead of It's All Over now in second, and Dempsey Duke, who again stayed on well for third spot. But what a performance there from Ballinderry Ash. Unfortunately, Fearless Mustang was bumped as they came out of the traps, and unfortunately couldn't provide the goods for Jeff de Mulder this year.
Well, what do you think of that? Patsy Byrne's young dog just gets better and better. This time his win was in 28.78, the distance 1 3/4 lengths and £40,000 for Patsy Byrne and Connections. That's Patsy, Headman, Pa Fitzgerald. What a moment for them. What a triumph. The Consolation appeared to be at the mercy of Slippy's Quest, the 11 to 10 favourite. Southern Lady had the best of the draw in Trap 1 and was next best at 5 to 2. Trap 4, Vic's Snowdrop, was hustled out in the semi-finals, but Phil Reese's bitch is a real flyer when she gets it right at the boxes. And, not for the first time, she gives us a real upset.
So they're lined up then for the Consolation final. And away they go, and racing up towards the first bend in Slippy's Quest. Best away with Vic Snowdrop after these 2 lengths to Satharn Lady in 1 as they go around the first 2 bends. Oh, and Satharn Lady checks up badly there, loses valuable ground. Heading down the far side, Slippy's Quest being challenged all the time by Vic Snowdrop's Satharn Lady coming again with Fires of War in third as they come round the final bend. And it's now Vic Snowdrop moving up on the inside. Vic Snowdrop goes on from the weakening Slippy's Quest. Satharn Lady putting in a challenge near the near side, and it's just Vic Snowdrop who wins it. Vic Snowdrop just holds on from Satharn Lady with Slippy's Quest back in third.
Well, they all finished in a heap behind her, but there's no doubt about the winner. Snowdrop at 8 to 1. Her time was a blinding 28.66 and the distance half a length. The bumper final night crowd was treated to some great racing, none better than the Daily Mirror Champion Hurdle. It was billed as a match between the Paddy Hancock's trained Kildare Slippy and Linda Mullins' Unbelievable. Slippy was evens, Unbelievable 2 to 1. Over to you, Errol.
Yes, an excellent lineup then for the Daily Mirror Champion Hurdle, and they're ready. And away they go then, and racing up towards the first flight, and 3-5, Unbelievable now goes on over that first flight. 5 jumps the second well, already about a 2 lengths clear from Cotton King in second. After these comes Kildare Slippy, and that one's got it to do as they go down towards the next flight. And as they jump it, it's Unbelievable, jumping like a stag at the moment, jumping low and flat, still some 2 lengths clear from Kildare Slippy, who's closing now as they come off the final bend. And it's now Unbelievable being taken on by the wide running Kildare Slippy up towards the final flight. Unbelievable, 2 lengths to the good over Kildare Slippy. That's how they're going to finish. Unbelievable wins it from Kildare Slippy in second, and Cotton King was back in third.
Well, the winner was Unbelievable. The time was Unbelievable too. 28 seconds dead, a new track record. Kildare Slippy beaten only a length and a quarter. That was a great effort from him. The final of the Daily Mirror Dash again brought 2 outstanding dogs together. From the north came Ronnie Huff's brilliant sprinter Carrageen Zig, drawn in 1 and available at 6 to 4. For the south, it's Linda Mullins' champion Where's the Limo. He's got a tricky draw in Trap 3, but the punters made him favourite at 11 to 10. The rest were any price you like.
And the racing for the dash, and away well is Trap 5, Cooler Tudor. From 3, Where's the Limo, also up with a pace 2, Curry Hill Speckle. Carrageen Zig moves off there at that first bend, and now Where's the Limo goes on. Where's the Limo? 2 lengths clear now from Cooler Tudor. After these comes I'm From Tallow staying on well, but no catching Where's the Limo. He's the king of the sprinters. Where's the Limo wins it. I'm From Tallow was second, and back in third, Cooler Tudor.
Well, the duel never really materialised. Where's the Limo making no mistake. Carrageen buried at the first bend. The winner's time 16.26, the distance 3 lengths. Sam Sykes' grand old campaigner Sail Over loves Romford, as he demonstrated a year earlier when winning the Champion Stakes for the first time. But they reckon 5.75 was a bit on the sharp side for him these days. Dempsey's Whisper in Trap 6 was a 13 to 8 on favourite and looked to have the race at his mercy.
Away they go, and Sail Over gets a blistering break from the boxes ahead of Prince Charming. Then comes Dempsey Whisper, Dempsey Duke, and after these comes 5 Plan of Action. The one who's tailed off in the early stages is 4 Village Rambler as they go around the first 2 bends, and it's all Sail Over at the moment. Well clear from Prince Charming. After these comes Dempsey Duke racing in third as they head down the far side, and Sail Over, who won this competition last year, could be in for another big payday for the connections as Sail Over races down towards the second last bend. Clear of Prince Charming in second. After these, a real tussle going on for third spot between Dempsey Whisper and Dempsey Duke as they come off the final bend, and it's all Sail Over led from the trap. Sail Over wins this year's Champion Stakes, the second one running, from Prince Charming in second, and back in third snatching it was Dempsey's Whisper.
Sail Over sailing away with that one. His distance was 5 1/4 lengths, his time 35.28. Now the Scurry Gold Cup is really everyone's idea of Britain's top sprint. It's had some great winners in the past, both here at Catford and at Slough. This time Porter and Flyer, a little disappointing in the Derby but absolutely in his element on the tight Catford track, was made 2-1 favourite ahead of Mandy's Supreme. This is how they went.
And the running for the Scurry in 2, Calora Katie's out like a flash ahead of 6, Pretty Supreme, and 4 Port Run Flyer as they go around the first 2 bends. And Calora Katie 2 lengths clear from Port Run Flyer, who's looming up on the inside though as they head down towards the second last bend, and Port Run Flyer finds a nice big gap there, goes on. Calora Katie game, she's sticking to her task, but Port Run Flyer's got too many guns for her. Port Run Flyer runs away with the Scurry from Calora Katie, and back in third was Bolt Home.
Porter and Flyer, an easy winner there for Paddy Milligan. His back straight pace clinched it. His time 23.43 and the distance 3 1/4 lengths. And it was a great one too for Milligan. He sent out the second dog, Calora Katie, as well. TJ's Son was chasing another big final win for Linda Mullins in the Tetley Bitter Circuit at Walthamstow. The field was hardly full of household names, but there was plenty of quality there in the form of 7th Green, bought specially for the Derby, Frozen Problem and Paul Garland's Ridgedale Gold, and they gave us quite a race.
And TJ Sun is fast away from Ridgedale Gold. 7th Green involved in some bumping as they run up towards that first bend, a rounding edge, and it's TJ Sun 2 lengths clear from Ridgedale Gold in second. Then comes Nana Boy racing in third. After these comes 7th Green as they head down towards the second last bend, and it's still TJ Sun who has the call by about 1.5 lengths. Ridgedale Gold closing though, and here comes 7th Green as they come off the final bend. TJ Sun and Ridgedale Gold, it's neck and neck. TJ Sun, Ridgedale Gold goes on though. Ridgedale Gold gets it from the fast, finishing 7th Green, and TJ Sun back in third.
Ridgedale Gold there, a dog with a big finish, winning in 28.85. He had 3/4 of a length to spare over 7th Green at the line. The final of the Cantoa Irish Laurels at Cork provided concentration with the chance to make amends for his bizarre elimination from the English Derby. But despite a perfect trap 6 draw, Joe McKenna's Flyer faced some tough opponents, none more so than Terry Drumtico in trap 5 and the 2-1 favourite. And what a race it was.
Away they go, and concentration flashes out of the boxes. Already ahead of Terry Drumtico in second. After these comes 4. That's Meet Me Halfway as they go around the first couple of ends, and it's still concentration a length to the good over Terry Drumtico in second. After these we have Meet Me Halfway down towards the second last bend. Concentration extended the lead, 2.5 lengths clear from Terry Drumtico, who's coming again though. Then the gap back to Meet Me Halfway as they come off the final bend, and concentration beginning to fade. Here comes Terry Drumtico on the inside. Concentration and Terry Drumtico. Oh, what a finish that was.
Terry Drumtico getting up to win by a neck in a flying 28.86. The dog was soon to come over here to join John Coppleston. Watch out for him next year. Now, the Northern Flat at Bellevue is a famous race, all right, but the Manchester track doesn't always find it easy to attract a top-class entry. Aylesbury Duck in trap 2, trained in the Midlands by owner-handler Dave Budd, was the punter's choice. Watch this. You'll believe a duck can fly.
They're off, and Droopy Slippy gets a good break ahead of Aylesbury Duck in second. After these comes Moy Glare King racing in trap 5 as they go around the first 2 bends. Bit of bumping and boring there, and Leslie's Tiger in 6 was badly hampered, but up front it's Droopy Slippy being pressed all the time by Aylesbury Duck. A good race between the two. Droopy Slippy on the outside, Aylesbury Duck on the inside, making headway in third. That's Peerless in 1 as they come off the final bend, and now Aylesbury Duck quickens up, going further away now. Aylesbury Duck's going to win this one. Aylesbury Duck wins it from Droopy Slippy in second and Peerless back in third.
Aylesbury Duck, the 2-1 favourite, winning by 2 1/4 lengths. The time was 28.14. Young Jamie was something of a standing dish in big race finals at Hove, and Gunnar Smith's dog was back for the decider of the Sussex Cup. Ideally berthed in 1, the dog he had to beat was John Coleman's Lion's Monk. The Stowe Raider was also well drawn in trap 6, and punters made him the 5-4 favourite. This is how they went.
And they're off for this year's Sussex Cup, and away well is Young James in 1, also up with the pace early as trap 6 Lions Monks as they go around the first bend, and Young James leads them round from Lions Monks on the outside of Joanne's Daisy, heading down the far side. Young James now being tackled by Lions Monks, who moves majestically up on the outside, and it's Lions Monks who goes on now by about a length from Young James. After these comes Joanne's Daisy still in 3rd, then after these comes Salisbury as they come off the final bend, and it's Lions Monks. He may be running wide, but this is promising. This is a good performance from Lions Monks, who wins it from Young James in 2nd, and Joanne's Daisy just holds on for 3rd.
Lions Monk there clocking a very useful 29.91, the distance 1 3/4 lengths. The go-ahead Ramsgate Stadium put on one of the best nights racing of the year in July, and the highlight is the final of the Kent St Ledger. Bobs Regan was looking for his 3rd big payday of 1991. He'd been on the go all year since winning the Golden Jacket at Crayford and faced a tough opponent in Kilmeady Man in trap 6. But Bobs Regan doesn't know how to run a bad race.
Away they go then for the final of the Kent St Ledger, and it's for Highways Wish, who breaks well with Bobs Regan already up with the pace early on. After these comes Fleetwood Tiger and Kilmeady Man on the outside. Back markers are 1 Full Moon and also 3 Kylie Queen. Passing the judge for the first time, Highways Wish being taken on by Bobs Regan on the inside, and here Bobs goes on. Bobs Regan a length and a half clear from Highways Wish. After these racing in 3rd comes Fleetwood Tiger in 4th, Kilmeady Man as they head down towards the 2nd last bend, and it's all Bobs Regan starting to stamp his authority in this race now. He goes on round the 2nd last bend, some 4 lengths clear as they race off the final bend. It's all Bobs Regan now. Bobs Regan pulling further and further away. A great victory there for Bobs Regan, who beat Highways Wish in 2nd.
Bobs Regan, a terrific credit to trainer Brian Timke. His time 39.97, the distance 5 lengths, and he started 7-4 favourite. Where's the Limo had been picking up open races all year for Lyndon Mullins, but he was still looking for a really big competition win. The chance to put that right came in the Silver Salver at Canterbury. Cooler Tudor in trap 1 vied with Where's the Limo for favouritism, but once the Limo steps on the gas, well, see for yourself.
And the running and breaking well is 2 Blissful Piper along with 5 Where's the Limo, and already Where's the Limo, the king of the sprinters, is clear. Where's the Limo, some 2 lengths clear. They've reached the first bend ahead of Blissful Piper, off the 2nd bend then, and it's all Where's the Limo, Blissful Piper in 2nd, and who gets 3rd? Well, that was Camp Clone Ranger.
Where's the Limo there, home by a length and a half in a time of 14.87. There's no doubt about it, he's certainly the best sprinter we've seen in 1991. Lyndon Mullins there in centre stage, thoroughly enjoying another big night. Nottingham bookie Peter Derrick won the pools earlier this year, and as a result made the Eclipse the richest race in Britain after the Derby. Nottingham were rewarded by a quality field, and by the time they reached the final, Dave Conway's evergreen Gulleen Whisper was favourite. Moyglaire King in trap 5 had been a modest Bellevue grader a matter of weeks earlier, but on the night he got all his crosses in the right place to land the jackpot.
And away they go then for the £10,000 Peter Derrick Eclipse, and running up towards the first bend, and 5 Moyglaire King fast away from 2 Glide Away Hero. After these comes 6 7th Green. After those in 4 comes Gulleen Whisper as they go down the far side, and it's Moyglaire King trying to make call here, some 2 lengths clear from Glide Away Hero. After these comes 7th Green making ground, Gulleen Whisper 2nd last bend, and it's still Moyglaire King goes 3 lengths clear now. The others beginning to bunch up for 2nd, but here comes Gulleen Whisper coming with a hurtling late run, but it's going to be Moyglaire King who holds on. Moyglaire King wins it just ahead of Gulleen Whisper in 2nd and Glide Away Hero back in 3rd.
Moyglaire King, the 14-1 rank outsider, holding them all there for Bellevue trainer Pat McComb. The distance was 3/4 of a length and the time 30.47. Betting for the final of the Coral Golden Sprint at Romford was dominated by 2 greyhounds from Sister Track Hove. Young Jamie was there again, sporting his customary red jacket, while in trap 6 was the Flying Bitch Demean Chance, both trained incidentally by Gunnar Smith. Merlin's Lord in trap 2 was the local hope, trained by Ken Linzell.
And they're off. Oh, there's been trouble out of the traps there, and Clear Lead is causing most of it. Domain Chance on the outside leads. Takes a bump there, and Clear Leader now goes on, moves out, but is the leader from Domain Chance in the racing in second. After these comes Merlin's Lord, improving down towards the second last bend. Clear Leader, Domain Chance, and Clear Leader all over the track here, moving out wide, hampering Domain Chance, and now Merlin's Lord moving up on the inside. It's Merlin's Lord who's finishing to best effect. Merlin's Lord's going to win it. It's tight for second. Close run thing between Domain Chance and Clear Leader, but no doubt about the winner, Merlin's Lord.
Well, it was a right old mess at the first bend, all right, but there's no doubt about who deserved to win. Merlin's Lord coming well from the back. His time was 24.99, the distance 1 1/4. The Guinness National Sprint at Dunmore has turned up some great winners in the past, including I'm Slippy. This time Hawaiian Knight, trained by Alan Black and drawn in 3, was the 2-1 favourite. You don't find very many big races in Ireland without a Joe McKenna train runner, and this time the maestro had brought Ballyalta Lad all the way from Tipperary.
They're off, and Ballyalta Lad in 4 gets a good break along with Doinamoin Star and Niels Gold. After these, Hawaiian Knight showing blistering early pace and leads now at the first bend. It's Hawaiian Knight who goes on from 1, True Mount Lad moving up, and also 6 Niels Gold going around the second bend, and it's Hawaiian Knight 2 lengths to the good over True Mount Lad and 6 Niels Gold. Here comes Ballyalta Lad coming back into the race up towards the line, and it's Hawaiian Knight who grabs the spoils from Ballyalta Lad in second, True Mount Lad back in third.
Early pace doing the business there for Hawaiian Knight. He won by 2.5 lengths in 23.25. John Coleman's classy bitch, Southern Lady, had run well for a long way in the Derby, and when she got a sight of Sheffield's 500 metres, she fairly flew. She hardly put a foot wrong in the course of the Tennant's extra 10,000, and by the time they reached the final, she was a warm order at 5-4.
And they're running for the feature race this year at Sheffield, and 3, Gulling Darky fast away from 4, Risk It Miss, then comes 5, Sathan Lady, as they go around the first 2 bends, and it's 3, Gulling Darky, about a length to the good over Risk It Miss in second. After these comes Sathan Lady, as they go down towards the second last bend, and 3, Gulling Darky being joined and passed now by Sathan Lady, who finds a gap on the inside. Sathan Lady goes on by a length from Gulling Darky. After these, they're queuing up for third spot, but up towards the line, and Sathan Lady, she's pulling right away now. Sathan Lady wins it from Gulling Darky in Crown Lodge in second and third.
Southern Lady simply too strong for them, blistering back straight pace. 3 lengths clear at the line in a time of 29.43. Derby finalist Dempsey Duke was favourite for the Oxford Gold Cup on the strength of his Trap 1 draw. But Seafield Quest in Trap 4 can go a bit too. Marlene Westwood's dog went to traps a 3-1 shot and came home like a good thing.
They're racing for the Oxfordshire Gold Cup, and 2, Pinewood Magic best away from 4, Seafield Quest. After these comes 1, Dempsey Duke. As they go around the first couple of bends, and it's Pinewood Magic with Seafield Quest looming up on the outside. And Seafield Quest goes on now from Pinewood Magic. After these comes Dempsey Duke putting in a big finish as they go around the second last bend. And it's still Seafield Quest 2 lengths clear. Dempsey Duke's run ever so wide there, could have lost him the race. So race up towards the line, and it's Seafield Quest. Seafield Quest wins it, and it's very tight for second. Slippy Ruler was in the bunch finish there, and others contending for third.
Slippy Ruler second, Dempsey Duke third, but no doubt about the winner, Seafield Quest. The time 26.80, the distance 3 lengths. The final of the Wingspare Stayer Stakes at Hove was billed as a match between Easy Bimbo in Trap 3 and odds-on favourite Rahan Ark in 6, but they'd reckoned without Derek Knight's Ballaroo Dawn, who made the most of Trap 1.
And the running then for the Wingspare Stayer Stakes over 695 metres, and 1, Ballaroo Dawn best away from 2, El Tigre. The 2 locals out in front from 6, Rahan Ark in third as they come round the first 2 bends. And now Rahan Ark moves up on the outside of Ballaroo Dawn. El Tigre racing in third. After these comes Easy Bimbo in fourth. Racing down the far side, Rahan Ark out in front, but only a length cleared from Ballaroo Dawn in second. After these comes El Tigre, Easy Bimbo, and then comes Applecart and the back marker Farncombe Hill as they go down towards the second last bend. Rahan Ark still out in front, but being pressed all the time by Ballaroo Dawn, and Ballaroo Dawn now goes on from Rahan Ark. Easy Bimbo improving all the time off the final bend. Ballaroo Dawn, Easy Bimbo coming up on the inside. Ballaroo Dawn wins the Wingspare Stayer Stakes from Easy Bimbo in second, and it's mighty close for third.
Ballaroo Dawn there holding on by a neck at 10-1. The time was 41.72 and Farncombe Hill was third. Where's the Limo was the one they all had to beat once again in the final of the Orchard Road Golden Sprint. There was money too for Silent Lord in Trap 5. The Limo was in 4, but all traps come alike to Linda Mullin's Star.
And away they go then in 6. Silverview Tyson fast away, but not as fast as Where's the Limo. He saved his best for this final, hasn't he? Where's the Limo already 2 lengths clear from Silent Lord in second. After these comes Silverview Tyson off the final bend. There's no catching the Limo. You can drive this one all the way home. Where's the Limo wins it in style again. Silent Lord in second and Silverview Tyson back in third.
Where's the Limo? Foot perfect once again, winning by a length and a half in a time of 16:42. The stars of tomorrow were on view in the Hove Sporting Club's Puppy Trophy. My Pal Boot in trap 6, trained at Portsmouth by John Copleston, was favourite at 9-4. Hove's 515 usually suits the Westmead dogs, so look out for a bold show from Westmead Spirit in trap 3.
So the running for the puppy race then, and racing up towards the first bend. Quite a level break. My Pal Boot prominent on the outside, and My Pal Boot goes round in front. There's trouble there, including Toba Lugum and Benro Bullet in 4 and 5. Down the far side, My Pal Boot now being taken on by 3. Westmead Spirit. After these comes 2. Jolly Joker coming with a run. Down towards the second last bend. It's still My Pal Boot. Game as always. Still has his head in front from Westmead Spirit in second. After these comes Jolly Joker. Westmead Spirit now goes on from My Pal Boot, who's fighting back. My Pal Boot, Westmead Spirit, Jolly Joker. Oh, Judge, that's yours.
Well, My Pal Boot got the verdict by a head from Westmead Spirit. Jolly Joker was third, the time 30:36. Matt O'Donnell was double-handed for the final of the Respond Irish Derby at Shelbourne Park, and both were at the head of the betting. Philo Melody in trap 6 was the 6-4 favourite, but the one he had to beat was kennelmate Ardfert Mick in trap 1. And just to keep it in the family, Mick's little sister Ask Claire was also in the lineup in trap 4. Now that's the favourite, Philo Melody, and doesn't he look a picture? A real credit to Matt O'Donnell. And they're going in now. The atmosphere at Shelbourne Park, absolutely electric. 30,000 punts up for grabs in the next 30 seconds or so. Watch them go.
And they're away for this year's Respond Irish Derby final in 4. Ask Claire fast away. Ardfert Mick up there early on. And then comes Super Gen Arthur. These comes Philo Melody as it go. Oh, my dear, Colebrook Tiger has been knocked over at the first, but it's Ardfert Mick who leads the way. Ardfert Mick about a length clear from Ask Claire in second. After these comes Super Gem and Philo Melody as they go around the second last bend. A terrific atmosphere here at Shelbourne Park, and Ardfert Mick has gone some 2 lengths clear from Ask Claire, racing up towards line. It's Ardfert Mick ahead of her little sister Ask Claire, and Ardfert Mick wins it from Ask Claire, and Super Gem back in third.
Ardfert Mick, the winner at 11-4. The official distance 2.5 lengths. The time 30:19. Marvellous moment for Matt O'Donnell, who trained last year's winner as well, of course. Philo Melody, the favourite, rather got buried there, but they'll still be celebrating tonight. Terry Drumtico changed hands for a small fortune on Irish Derby final night, joining John Copleston at Portsmouth. But first he ran in the Consolation, an event that seemed to be at his mercy. Terry Drumtico is in trap 5 and was made even money favourite. The Michael Enright trained Early Potter in trap 4 is a puppy with a bright future. Just watch out for his early pace.
And they're off for the consolation race in 5. Terry Drumtico fast away with 4. Early Potter. After these comes 1. Matthews Gold and 2. Colwyn. So they go around the first 2 bends. And it's now Early Potter who goes on for Terry Drumtico in second. A gap back to Matthews Gold, and then comes Colwyn as they go down towards the second last bend. Early Potter still about half a length clear from Terry Drumtico, who moves up on the outside though. It's Terry Drumtico and Early Potter. A great race between the two, but it's Terry Drumtico, the experience counting here. Terry Drumtico's going away from Early Potter. Finishing well was Brandy Fitz in third.
Terry Drumtico there making a winning farewell to Ireland. His time was 30:50 and the distance 3 lengths. Now Yarmouth might be on the edge of nowhere, but the East Anglian Derby always attracts a top-class field. Charlie Lister's Bank Tunnel in trap 1 was made 11-10 favourite. Terry Kibble's Dempsey Duke in trap 5 had been something of a bridesmaid all year in big competitions, but this time he got it all right on the night.
And they're off then, and 5, Dempsey Duke gets a flyer ahead of 3, Risk It Miss, and 1, Bank Tunnel. After these comes 6, Caro Yank, and 4, Cash and Dip as they go round the first 2 bends, and it's 5, Dempsey Duke already gone some 3 lengths clear from 1, Bank Tunnel. After these comes Risk It Miss, heading down towards the second last bend, and this looks like a very good performance here from Dempsey Duke. He's led from the traps, and there's no catching him from here because he's a very strong dog. Dempsey Duke well clear from Bank Tunnel in second, and back in third was Risk It Miss.
Dempsey Duke, an absolutely marvellous run there, 27.68, a new track record, the distance 4 3/4 lengths. Sail Over was looking for another all-the-way 6-bend success in the final of the John Humphreys Gold Collar at Catford. He was drawn in trap 2 and made 5-4 favourite. But he needed to clear Appleby Lisa in trap 3. Harry Dodd's smart bitch has plenty of class and she stays every yard of this trip.
So the running then for this year's John Humphreys Gold Collar, and 5, Simple Trend is fast away with trap 4, Timmy's Hobby, slightly crowded there towards the rear. Sail Over got a bit of a knock as well as they go around the second bend, and it's 5, Simple Trend leading. Appleby Lisa now moving up on the inside. After these comes 1, Pam's Ace. They're on the final circuit, and Appleby Lisa railing like a cat goes on now. Appleby Lisa some 2 lengths clear from 1, Pam's Ace. After these comes Simple Trend, who's fading as they go around the second last bend, and Appleby Lisa drawing away now from Pam's Ace in second. After these comes Simple Trend as they come off the final bend, and it's Appleby Lisa pulling right away from Pam's Ace in second, and it's mighty tight for third between Simple Trend and Sail Over.
Appleby Lisa there, the easy winner at 5-1, the distance 3 3/4, the time 34.67. The Foster Select Stakes at Wembley is the year's most prestigious one-off event, and the field assembled this time had won more than £120,000 between them. On the book, the race was between Dempsey Duke in trap 1 and Summerhill Super in 2. They went off 74 joint favourites, and for once the punters were right.
So they're running then for this year's Select Stakes, and Summerhill Super up with a pace, and so is Ridgedale Gold in 5. After these comes 3, Lions Monks. Lions Monks run very wide there. Summerhill Super takes advantage of this and goes on from Ridgedale Gold. Dempsey Duke now getting into full cry as they go down the far side down towards the second last bend. Summerhill Super 3 lengths to the good over Dempsey Duke, clawing his way back at Summerhill Super, but it's Summerhill Super who has all the cards at the moment. Here comes Dempsey Duke on the near side. Summerhill Super. Dempsey Duke is flying at the end. Summerhill Super just snatches it though for me. Summerhill Super from Dempsey Duke. Back in third was Lions Monk.
Dempsey Duke rung an absolute cracker there after missing his break, but he didn't get there. The distance ahead, the time 29.19. Bob's Reagan in trap 1 was all the rage for the Cesarewitch final at Bellevue, even though the distance of 8.55 is on the stiff side for him. Carlsberg Champ in trap 3 was bidding for a repeat of his 1990 victory in the race. The rank outsider was Ways Goose in trap 6. Dickie Hawk's Walthamstow Raider sometimes appears to have his own ideas about the game, but when he goes, he goes.
They're off, and 8 bends, of course, for the Webster's Bitter Cesarewitch, and up with a pace early is 3, Carlsberg Champ. Also moving up on the outside there is trap 4, Westbrook Penny. There's been all sorts of problems there, and on the rails, that's trap 6, Ways Goose. So Ways Goose now goes on from Carlsberg Champ. After these comes 2, Easy Bimbo, and 1, Bob's Regan as they go round the third and fourth bends, and Ways Goose is beginning to stride clear at this stage of the race. The outsider, Ways Goose, some 5 lengths clear from Easy Bimbo, racing in second with Bob's Regan in third. After these comes Carlsberg Champ. They're on the final lap, and Ways Goose 20-1 you can have about this one, but won't be 20-1 from this position surely. Well clear from Easy Bimbo and Bob's Regan disputing second and third, but as they head down towards the second last bend, and they're not making any impression whatsoever on Ways Goose, who's well clear. It could be about 10 lengths clear, pulling further and further all the way to the line. Ways Goose, a big galloping animal, gets it in the end from Red Arrow Lady, who came up for second, and Bob's Regan back in third.
Ways Goose, the shock winner there at 20-1. His time was 55.30 and the distance 10 lengths. The final of the Edinburgh Cup at Powderhall saw Sleeve Knight odds on for victory from trap 1. Black Citizen in trap 4 was next best at 100-30. Glen Park again, ideally drawn in trap 6, boasts plenty of early pace. He was available at 7-1 to give Ravage Again's handler Graham Frew another taste of the big time.
They're running for the Edinburgh Cup, and breaking well is 5 Black Citizen, along with 3 TJ Sun showing the best early foot though, and TJ Sun goes on from Black Citizen. On the inside of that one comes Farncombe Tiger, running wide with 6 Glen Park again, heading down the far side. TJ Sun being pressed on all sides by 2 Farncombe Tiger on the inside, and more importantly 5 Black Citizen on the outer. Black Citizen goes on, but being immediately pressed now by Glen Park again. Black Citizen and Glen Park again, then Hammer and Tongue all the way to the line, and I think it was just Glen Park again who got that one from Black Citizen, and Sleeve Knight back in third.
Glen Park again showing it can do it at both ends of a race, getting up by half a length in 28.09. The Way Plastics Puppy Derby at Wimbledon had Little Brothers Ballygarry and Right Move in the lineup for Natalie Sava. The pair are by Daly's Gold out of the Sava's Great Bitch Westmead Move. Ballygarry was a warm favourite at 11-8, but it was Right Move, the 14-1 outsider of the race in Trap 4, who landed the spoils.
So they're running for the Puppy Derby, and very slowly away was Exile again in 5. Racing up towards the first bend, quite a level break, and oh, there's trouble there, yes, and Ballygarry was badly hampered by Droopy's Charlie, and the 2 principals virtually out of the race. Down the business end, though, it's 4 Right Move who leads from 6 Rebel Star, and after these comes 1 Slippy Brindle. Going round the second last bend, a Right Move kicking clear now, unfancied in the market, but Right Move really pulling away from Rebel Star and Slippy Brindle, and it's a victory here for Nick and Natalie Sava, maybe with the wrong one, Right Move, but that one wins it from Rebel Star and Slippy Brindle in third.
Well, once he sees daylight, Right Move can move all right. The winner in 28.25 by 4.5 lengths. Early Potter, which ran so well in the Derby Consolation, was taking on his own age group in the Burma Castrol Puppy Derby at Harold's Cross. They made Barney's Alarm in Trap 6 the 2-1 favourite, with Polnoon Chief in Trap 5 at 3-1. This one was actually bred in Britain by Edna Armstrong, but he was trained for the big race by Fraser Black.
Away they go, and 6 Barney's Alarm gets a good break with 4 Early Potter. Then comes 3 Jamie Icy Star running around the first bend, and it's the early paced Early Potter out in front, some 2 lengths clear from Barney's Alarm in second. After these, making good headway on the far side, well, that's Polnoon Chief as they head down towards the second last bend. Early Potter still out in front from Barney's Alarm, being tackled by Polnoon Chief. Early Potter 2 lengths to the good from Polnoon Chief, who's really opening up now up towards the line, and Polnoon Chief running very wide, but he's going to get it. Polnoon Chief wins it from Early Potter in second, and back in third was Barney's Alarm.
Polnoon Chief there getting up by a length to strike a great blow for British breeding. The time 28.98. Après Soleil in Trap 1 was a hot favourite to win the final of the John Ball Thanet Gold Cup at Ramsgate. Formerly with John Honeysett, but now handled by Reading owner-trainer Bill Buckle, he went to post at evens. He looked to have most appear from Glengar Ranger in Trap 3.
They're off and racing up towards the first bend. 2 Stride and Style, best away from 3 Glengar Ranger. As they run up into that first bend, it's all important here. 2 moves off, hampers 6, but down the far side. And 3 Glengar Ranger out in front from 1 Après Soleil. Gap back to 4 Glen Barron as they head down towards the second last bend. Après Soleil moving up on the inside of Glengar Ranger. And Après Soleil, the favourite, goes on now. Length to the good from Glengar Ranger. After these come Glen Barron up towards the line. Après Soleil tying up Glengar Ranger. Oh my goodness, that is tight. I think Après Soleil just might have got it. And Glengar Ranger and Glen Barron back in third.
Après Soleil just getting the verdict by a head in a time of 27.76. Dempsey's Whisper was back to his brilliant best in the Laurent Perrier Grand Prix at Walthamstow. Patsy Burns' dog, who won the final in 1990, went off 2-1 favourite from Trap 6 in this year's final. Appleby Lisa in Trap 3 was looking for a gold collar Grand Prix double, a feat last achieved by Dempsey's Whisper.
And they're off then, and it's quite a level break as they race up towards the first of 6 bends for the Grand Prix, and it's just 1 Bracklin Spark up with the pace. That one checks back, so 2 Appleby Lisa now goes on. 2 leads from 4 Parquet Pet. After these come 6 Dempsey's Whisper, and Parquet Pet goes on from Dempsey's Whisper now chasing hard in second. Still there is Appleby Lisa running down the far side. Parquet Pet still has the advantage, but here comes Dempsey's Whisper, and there's a huge roar goes up. Dempsey's has hit the front. Dempsey's goes on now, some 2 lengths clear from Appleby Lisa. After these comes Parky Pet off the final bend, and Dempsey's Whisper's surely going to make some history here. Dempsey's Whisper's going to win the Grand Prix for the 2nd year running. A great cheer for this dog. Dempsey's Whisper wins it. Appleby Lisa in second, and Colebrook Susie back in third.
What a champ Dempsey's is, winning that by 4 3/4 lengths in a very fast 39.20. Dempsey Duke was favourite for yet another big final in the Castlemaine All England Cup at Brough Park. He ran from trap 5 and was sent off at 6 to 5. John Copleston made the long journey from the south coast with Monterey Tommy. He was perfectly berthed in trap 1 and we were in for quite a race.
Away they go then for the All England Cup, and 1 Monterey Tommy away well with 2 Glide Away Sam. Up with the pace early is also 4 Marks Brilliant. There's been trouble on that first bend, and 1 Monterey Tommy now goes on from Dempsey Duke, who finds himself in second, and after these comes Glide Away Sam heading down the far side. Monterey Tommy 2 lengths to the good over Dempsey Duke in second, and then after these comes Glide Away Sam off the final bend, and Monterey Tommy being hassled all the time by Dempsey Duke. And this Monterey Tommy, will he last home? Dempsey Duke putting in a grandstand finish. Monterey Tommy and Dempsey Duke, it's tight, but Monterey Tommy's just held on from Dempsey Duke in second. Glide Away Sam was back in third.
Monterey Tommy the winner by a neck in 30.75. The Breeders' Forum Produce Stakes at Wembley was billed as a benefit for Handsome Henry, but by the final John Honeystett's dog was long gone. El Tigre in trap 4, bidding to become the second offspring of Ballyregan Bob to win the race, shared favouritism with Oakdean Jack in trap 2. El Tigre is trained at Hove by Derek Knight.
And best away here for the Produce Stakes was El Tigre, but immediately outpaced by 6 Dunrow Hardy and 2 Oakdean Jack, and those two go on, but Oakdean Jack moves off. Slightly hampers Dunrow Hardy, but that one's bowling along in front from 4 El Tigre back in the action, and then comes 5 Black Country Gem, and then comes Oakdean Jack heading down towards the second last bend, and Dunrow Hardy being tackled now by El Tigre. Then comes Black Country Gem. El Tigre just edging on now. El Tigre goes on from Dunrow Hardy. El Tigre wins it. Dunrow Hardy holds on for second with Black Country Gem back in third.
El Tigre consistent throughout the competition, winning that one by 1 1/4 lengths, the time 29.52. Some top-class bitches came and went through the rounds of the St Mary's Hospital Oaks at Wimbledon. By the final, Ernie Gaskin's Simple Trend in trap 1 was the 2 to 1 favourite, with Curryduff Jill trap 4 and Westmead Surprise on the outside, joint second favourites at 3 to 1.
And they're running and racing up towards the first bend in the Oaks, and 4 Curryduff Jill very fast away with 1 Simple Trend. After these comes 2, which is Ballantee Lassen 6. Westmead Surprise took a bump at that first bend. Heading down the far side, and Curryduff Jill is 2 lengths clear from Simple Trend in second. And then there's a gap back to the others, who are now headed by 2 Ballantee Lass again as they go around the second last bend. And it's still Curryduff Jill holding Simple Trend as they run up towards the line. Curryduff Jill beginning to fall in a hole. Here comes Simple Trend. Simple Trend just gets there on the line from Curryduff Jill, and Westmead Surprise back in third.
Simple Trend running on the better to win by a length in 29.06. The final of the Castlemaine Hunt Cup at Reading provided a thrilling finish. The punters couldn't decide between Fawn Peril in 1, Snowshoes in trap 2 and Train Robber in trap 6. In the end, they sent off John McGee's Snowshoes as 2 to 1 favourite. They were right, but only just.
Well, the racing then for the Hunt Cup, and 4 My Pal Boot is fast away with 2 Snowshoes, and in between them comes 3 Gay Dove as they go around that first bend, and 2 Snowshoes is pulling out a good-looking lead here from Form Peril, who's moved up into second, and after these comes My Pal Boot racing in third. So they go round the third and fourth bends and down the far side for the final time. Snowshoes with a 4-length advantage over Form Peril. After these, coming back into third comes Funny Old Game as they race down towards the second last bend, and it's still Snowshoes who has the advantage. Form Peril getting closer all the time as they come off the final bend. Snowshoes being taken on by Form Peril. Snowshoes, Form Peril, Snowshoes, Form Peril, Snowshoes and Form Peril. It's mighty close. We'll wait on the judge for that one.
And Snowshoes hanging on by a short head. The time 41.16. The Natalie Savatrain Litter Brothers Ballygary and Right Move reached another big final in the male cum puppy derby at Sunderland. Once again, the punters went for Ballygary in trap 2 and made him 11-10 on favourite. This time, Right Move was much better drawn in trap 6, and once again he proved everyone wrong.
And away they go, and trap 4 Roving Fox quickly into his stride ahead of 6 Right Move. Then after these comes 5 Pond Juliet. There's been trouble at that first bend, and the one to suffer the most is Ballygary, the favourite, down the far side, and 4 Roving Fox leading. But here comes Right Move on the inside of that one. Then comes Drumgower Swank, and Right Move really barges his way through. Right Move goes on a length and a half to the good over Roving Fox. After these comes Drumgower Swank, about to be picked off by Droopy's Charlie, but it's Right Move from Roving Fox and Droopy's Charlie.
Right Move winning by 1.5 in 27.61. The Golden Vale Irish St Ledger at Limerick gave Farlow Melody the chance to make amends for his disappointment in the Irish Derby final. Despite a tricky trap 3 draw, he was made favourite at 11-8, but the pair he had to beat were the Christy O'Callaghan train Castle Land Dream in trap 4 and Joe McKenna's evergreen campaigner It's All Over Now in trap 5.
And the running and 3 Farlow Melodies head towards the rails, and hampered 2 Hopeful Billy, but it's 4 Castle Land Dream leading from Farlow Melody in second. After these comes It's All Over Now. In fact, Farlow Melody a bit wide there at that second bend. Castle Land Dream's gone on now, some 3 lengths clear from Farlow Melody. After these comes It's All Over Now, running down towards the second last bend, and it's still Castle Land Dream out in front, 2.5 lengths ahead of Farlow Melody, who's been tackled by It's All Over Now, but racing up towards the line. There's no catching Castle Land Dream, basically a trap to line victory. A good victory as well for Castle Land Dream. Farlow Melody second, It's All Over Now third.
A dream run from Castle Land. He wins it by 3 lengths in 30.22. Irish Derby finalist Super Gem was all the rage for the William Hill Action Line Guineas at Hackney. Young Jamie from Hoe was there once again, but it was another Brighton raider, the puppy Taringa Bay, which made them all go. This one is trained by Eric Jordan, but handled by the old master himself, George Curtis. He was in trap 4.
And away they go for the Guineas, and one who stumbled there badly, Glen Park again in 6, but it's Taringa Bay up with the early and goes round in front. Taringa Bay leads from 1 high ball. After these comes 3 Young Jame, and then comes Super Gem as they go down the far side. And Taringa Bay 2 lengths to the good over high ball in second, and to get back to Super Gem and Young Jame as they go around the second last bend. Taringa Bay, this young raw novice puppy, is out in front, some 3 lengths clear from Young Jame in second. Then comes Windsor Easy's finishing like a bullet towards the closing stages, but it's going to be Taringa Bay who wins it. Taringa Bay wins from Young Jame and Windsor Easy.
Taringa Bay, the 7-1 winner by 2.25 lengths in 29.52. And you're sure to be hearing a lot more of this one. The Wendy Fair St Ledger is the major stayers event of the year, and Bert Hill's Temps Perdue in trap 1 was looking to go through it unbeaten. She was made 9-4 joint favourite with Snowshoes in trap 6. Bob's Reagan in trap 5 was next best at 4-1, and he made a tremendous attempt to win the event that his sire, Ballyregan Bob, had to pass up through injury.
So the running for the Wendy Fair St Ledger. Look, Form Peril out in front in the early stages from 6 Snowshoes in second. Then comes 2 Salisbury up with the pace Bob's Regan, and then bringing up the rear at the moment we have Temps Perdue and Nickel Coin passing the judge for the first time. And now Snowshoes goes on from Form Peril going round the third bend. All Form Peril gets in the way of Snowshoes and moving up on the inside. That's 2 Salisbury. Salisbury now hits the front. Here comes Bob's Regan powering his way down the far side. And watch for Temps Perdue. They're clustering up as they go down towards the second last bend, and it's Bob's Regan being pressed now by Temps Perdue. Nickel Coin coming with a run off the final bend, and it's Bob's Regan. He's run a mile here, but Bob's Regan taken on by Temps Perdue. Nickel Coin coming with a run. Temps Perdue and Bob's Regan. Oh, it's got to be the race of the year. Surely, I don't know who's won that one, but maybe John, you can tell us.
And Temps Perdue getting up right on the line to win by a short head. The time was 40.18. What a tremendous race. I think the lead changed hands 5 times. Now, Temps Perdue, she's getting on a bit, but she's been a terrific campaigner this autumn and a great credit to her trainer, Bert Hill. Our final race is the final of the Courage Midland Flat Championship from Hall Green, and this really did look like a match between Supporting Cast in Trap 1 and Orbeg Ball in Trap 6. Orbeg Ball, trained by Nora McEllistrim, hadn't put a foot wrong in the competition, and he went off the 11-8 on favourite. Supporting Cast was 11-4.
They're off then for the Courage Midland Flat Championship, and 6 Orbeg Ball is fast away from 1 Supporting Cast. After these racing in third comes Risk It Miss. So they go around the first 2 bends, and Supporting Cast up on the inside of Orbeg Ball, but Orbeg Ball won't have none of that. Kicks on now, goes a length clear from Supporting Cast. After these racing in third comes Crossford Jumbo as they go around the second last bend, and now Orbeg Ball begins to stretch clear as they come off the final bend. Orbeg Ball a couple of lengths clear, Crossford Jumbo and Supporting Cast duelling for second place, but it was all Orbeg Ball really. Supporting Cast just got up to be second, Crossford Jumbo in third.
No shocks there. Orbeg Ball the winner by 2.5 lengths in 29.47. And that's about it from the Greyhound Star Review of the year. Hope you've enjoyed it and that you'll be back with us in a year's time for the highlights of 1992. Our thanks to Errol Blythe of SIS, Clive Lawrence of LA Productions and Dave Vincent of Vincent Video Productions. And if you've enjoyed this tape, then try watching our latest video, Training Greyhounds with George Curtis. It's got all the secrets of the greatest trainer of his generation, together with priceless footage of his great greyhounds of the past, like Yankee Express and Ballyregan Bob, plus his stars of tomorrow, such as Taringa Bay. It costs $19.99 from the Greyhound Star. That's it from me. Thanks for being with us and good watching.